Hello everyone, today we are going to be playing my favorite dungeon crawler of all time, Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is one of the truest affirms roguelikes that there are nowadays. It is turn-based, it is permadeath, procedural generation, and a whole lot of options in any situation for you to do. Is extremely challenging and really fun to play. A playthrough can take anywhere from a couple hours to probably about 5 hours if you're playing really slowly. For me, I average about 3.5 hours for wins, a little longer for a little less time obviously for losses. I do have several wins on my record. However, today I am starting from a clean slate, going on web tiles, using the name Praeclara. This is just for YouTube purposes, so this is going to become my YouTube account. We are going to do all our playthroughs that I do on this account is going to be uploaded. Now, if I'm going to be commentating on all of them, I do not know. All my pets will hopefully be in about half-hour long chunks for you guys. So, without further ado, let's jump in. Today, I'm going to be playing a Spriggan Enchanter, which is by far and away my favorite combination. We are going to start by mandating some of our skills. We want it to be hexes and stealth that we want to train, with an emphasis on stealth. This is going to keep us alive the most earliest, and then let's go into the dungeon. Coming across our first enemy, just a simple hobgoblin, nothing to worry about, I say as I take half of my health. Spriggans are a weird character. They are easily the most OP characters in the game, up until the moment that they're not. They have ridiculous damage output, and have some of the best tools in the game for survival purposes. However, they are about as tough as a toothpick. They will break in half with any hit. Any fight that you come into, you have to consider could very easily be your last. Popcorn monsters don't exist when you're playing a Spriggan Enchanter. Unlike if you're playing like a Minotaur Berserker, you can just tap through a lot of threats with the Minotaur Berserker. However, Spriggan Enchanter, you need to be constantly on your toes, ready for fights to break out at any second that could very easily turn deadly. Like that. Just immediately taking a huge chunk of my health. However, as I was saying, Spriggans have some insane survivability abilities. The main one actually being the speed. They are the fastest class species in the game you can play as. Ooh, that got really dangerous. Okay. Ooh, okay, that's an Elder Depth spawn. We have a D1 adder. Adders are insanely dangerous. They are a poisonous snake that move quite quickly. They can easily kill us in probably one hit. If not through the hit outright, but through the venom. You have a dagger. Is that a normal dagger? Yeah, that's just normal dagger. We're dead. Those things happen. This game is all about trying to get a solid stat, so we'll do that properly. When we get a stat that's decent, I'll let you know. Now, if I'm gonna be keeping all of these together, or if I'm just going to upload my successful stat, I do not know. The early game is the most RNG part of this game. Of course, the game's based around RNG like any roguelike would be, but you get, the more tools you get, the more you can limit the RNG. It's very similar to a game like Blood Bowl, where you can do guaranteed actions and then you can roll the dice. You don't need to actually roll your dice on every move that you make. You can just move, and that's not rolling dice. You know if you move, you're gonna move somewhere else. Whereas if you swing a sword, you don't know what's going to happen. Are you going to hit? Are you going to miss? If you do hit, how much do you hit for? So on and so forth. You simply don't have the answers to that. It all comes down to a dice roll. The trick is, you need to limit how many risky dice rolls you make and maximize how many safe moves you make. It's all about risk management. Now, I just hit level 2, which is a pretty decent boost. I'm trying a new strategy, actually. Normally, right now, I would be memorizing the second spell on our arsenal, Encircled Hibernation, which puts an enemy to sleep, letting you get a guaranteed stab on them. However, today, I'm skipping it. If that's the right move, I don't know. This is my first time trying this. But someone on the forum was mentioning how they used exclusively the 3rd level skill, which is Confuse, which also lets you get stabs on the opponents. However, they're not guaranteed. However, you can get multiple on them. Not to mention, Confuse has a higher spell power, so it is more likely to affect the opponent. Also, we just went past stones, which is something that I want. Let us get the stones. With a Spriggan enchanter or a Spriggan anything, you want to take every single small advantage you can get. And there is level 3. Level 3 will allow us to now memorize Confuse, which means that our power level just went way up. We're also going to memorize Takima's Dance, which is another very powerful ability that allows us to disarm an enemy. It also has a very high spell power, so it is the most likely tool in our entire kit to affect the enemy. We will use that against people who are wielding distortion weapons, or really any weapon that we don't want to get hit by. Any dangerous brands at all, they get instantly Takima danced. And then any enemies that have particularly dangerous weapons like giant spiked clubs or halberds are also gonna get instantly Takima danced. We are not gonna tolerate that. That looks like a god vault right there. What god is that? I recognize the vault, but I forget what god it is. That is very good though. If we can get a strong god right now, that's gonna save us a lot of headaches later, but that's implying that we survived this encounter. As I said, every encounter could be your last with the Spriggan. Whew. Just in case I find a blowgun. Che. We are not worshipping Che. I know a lot of viewers probably love Che, but we are not worshipping Che. For those who do not know and are new to this game, Che is a god. They are a god of taking it slow and smooth. They will slow your movement, and in exchange they give you, admittedly, insanely strong abilities, but in my opinion, nothing can make up for movement speed, which is probably why Spriggans are my favorite species in the game, being so fast. Because the best way to get out of a dangerous situation is not be in a dangerous situation. If you can pick and choose your every battle because you're faster than the enemies, you don't need to worry about stuff. If you see an enemy you don't want to fight, just walk away. You got that luxury as a Spriggan. If you were, say, a Naga, which has below average movement speed, then you don't get that option. That is a book of cantrips. That is really strong. That has Animate Dead in it, doesn't it? Animate Skeleton. Yes, Animate Skeleton is gonna become a spell that we are definitely going to get. Wu is another pretty strong god, but not necessarily for this kit. That is a dagger venom. Yeah, taking that dagger. Inventory Q equals A. There we go, now it's on A. Everything's well and good. We are gonna read some of the scrolls that we got multiple of. Got an identifying scroll, which is good. identify Berserk Rage and Mutation. Not so good. Oh, Hep. Hep's a good god. Do you want to worship Hep? Yeah, let's worship Hep. Hep is a god of remembering. They will give you an ancestor. This ancestor is an incredibly powerful ally who can save you a lot of the time. They can learn some really good abilities, and they can complement your playstyle quite well. Oh, that's Terrence. We are gonna Tequila Dance that guy. Our ancestor's in the way, actually. And our ancestor's now dead. Don't worry, they'll be back. They always come back. Oh, I was hoping you would die from that. Okay, we are gonna retreat to the stairs, and that's gonna be that. Retreat to the stairs, climb up. Oh, there is our ancestor. They are back. We can actually give them a proper identity. They're no longer gonna be shipped to. They will be Killer 2. Killer 2 was, let's say neither. And then Killer 2 was always neither, you're pretty sure. Okay, and that is an adder, which again is extremely dangerous due to its venom, and our small health pool not getting along very well. We might be dead, so I'm gonna go up the stairs to make sure that we're not dead, and go down a different set of stairs. There we go. We're alive again. Bow's not the most helpful thing in the world. Well, not as a Spriggan enchanter anyways. We are gonna retreat into the doorway. There's more of them. Keep them coming at us one by one. We can fight them one-on-one quite easily. As I said, we are probably one of the strongest duelist classes in the game. We can fight pretty much everything that is one-on-one. Ancestor attack. Let me regen some MP while you attack. Oh, or you can just kill them outright. That works too. I am gonna memorize Animate Skeleton. Actually, let's wait. I want Dazzling Spray before I memorize anything else. I want Dazzling Spray. Yeah, let's risk it. I want Dazzling Spray because that's going to be the main way that we can deal with groups of enemies. This will remove gas. Groups of enemies are very dangerous to the Spriggan enchanter, or just enchanters in general, because quite frankly, we don't have a good way to deal with them. We can't just disable all of them. That would take an absurd amount of mana. We don't have the luxury to do that, and we're not a blaster caster, so we can't just shoot AoE at them and kill them all like that. We don't got a fireball or anything like that that we can throw. Oh, as you can see, we're getting a lot of stabs off now. Changing subject very abruptly, but we got abilities now to stab properly. Lots of enemies have not actually seen us coming. There's a blowgun. That blowgun becomes B, and we are now set until lair. If we die now before we end up in lair, I'm gonna be extremely disappointed in myself. No way. Ancestor getting all the kills. That's not necessarily a good thing, because we get half a 75% of XP when an ally kills it opposed to us. McCleb would have been a fun god. Don't think I played the Spriggan enchanter of McCleb. I played vampire enchanters and assassins of McCleb, but never a Spriggan. Ooh. Oh, I was talking about being able to pick and choose your fights and that being a very strong ability. Yeah, we're walking away. A null pack is not something that I can just trifle with willy-nilly as Spriggan enchanted this early on. We don't have Dazzling Spray yet, so we can't just deal with the group that way. Oh, that poison hit, and it did some damage, but luckily it wasn't that bad of a hit. Okay, we have spotted. You know what? It's just a single gnome. I don't think it loaded the rest of its team, so we can kill that one easily. Yeah, likewise, you're alone, so we can just kill you. See, when they're separated, you can just slaughter them. Now if they were all together, we can't. We do not have that luxury in the slightest for when they're all together. Oh, I'm a viewer. Hi. Don't know how to work this thing to see who you are. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. Also, if anyone knows how to set what game I'm currently playing, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. Please feel free to... Ooh, a ghost. Pharmacist fighter. That is probably dangerous. Operational purpose, the shield bearer. Glass zone, 32. Extremely dangerous. Immune to poison and neg energy. Invisible, it's intelligent, fly. Hit for up to 12 damage. Yeah, that can two-shot us. We are out of here. Peace. And out of here we are. Going down a different set of stairs. And instead we got an arc. Much easier to deal with. Oh, decay. That got way closer than I would have liked. What's our chances anyways? 38%. That's not atrocious odds. I might actually retreat while casting that onto you and seeing if I can hit you. There we go. Now we can get two-shot, but that means that if we get hit once, we'll just retreat. And you've seen there that I'm level in strength. Strength is actually useless to us. I'm level in strength not for any purposes of character development, but because the max you can be hit for with a draining attack in this game is 8 stat points. So if you want to not die of being stat drained, getting all your basic stats, your strength, intelligence, and dexterity up to 8 is definitely your best choice. Sorry, got a little distracted there. So we are gonna be running away. Tell you to attack him while we run into the corner. Right now might be the time for the Berserk Rage, because that's gonna give us HP. HP is what we need to live. So, doing that, we now still alive. Dungeon Fur, going well. Things are not. Oh, there's Robin. Robin is not that dangerous. Actually, Robin's really not dangerous at all. We can just kill him. Robin's allies are dangerous. Okay. We're gonna back away from you. We're not killing you. There's books that way, but we don't really have much alternatives. Yeah, just gonna retreat to the stairs, heal up. Didn't even need to go up them, so we can just continue to go around. Can we get? Yeah, we can. We are gonna get Dazzling Spray as soon as I'm in a safe situation. Memorizing Dazzling Spray, which means that we're probably gonna want a little bit of conjurations, not much. We can't train conjurations that well easily because we have a -3 aptitude in it. Yeah, he doesn't turn on us. He's our god gift. Or it, I guess, because we gave it no specific gender. Upon the ring of protection. Oh, we got another identify scroll. I didn't even notice. What do we want to identify? Let's identify you. Push and secure, and that's useful. That means that we're not gonna die of poison. Iguana, that's an easy kill. Yeah, things are going really well. This character is starting to develop. We don't have a way to deal with the mid-game yet. And that's gonna be a little bit worrying. Mid-game is easily our weakest pet. As I said, if you see a fight you don't want to take, just walk away. Don't bother. There's no rush. Don't need to worry about it. The EXP will be there for you later, when you're in a safer situation, when you're stronger. Killer 2 remembered more of its own skills. Yeah. Thank you, Killer 2. Let us just walk away from it. And let us come into here. There we go. And just explore here now. Go on to the sides. Notice that there's an adder. Kill it. Notice there's a scorpion. Kill it. Come up here. Come over here. We are not gonna go down and take them out because we're aware that's where the Urk pack is. If Auto Explorer could stop bringing me down there, that'd also be appreciated. Auto Explorer is great, except for when it does not bring you where you want it to bring you. It is called Auto Explorer to its credit though, not Auto Go Where I Want You To. Call me Minotaur Berserker. A novice octopod fighter comes into view. So tell me about yourself. You're not a Minotaur Berserker. You lied to me. Why am I calling you a Minotaur Berserker then? You're not a Minotaur Berserker. You're an octopod fighter of Garzag. That's an interesting combination. You can 3-shot us, which is kind of dangerous, but what's our odds with Confuse? 26%. We are not fighting that. Get out, get out, get out. That should be a plausible fight a little later on, but not right now. We'll probably deal with those Urks now. Let's go deal with them. They're not that bad. Let you go and deal with them. Then let me come and deal with them. Take you out. Let me confuse you. That was dagger draining that we got hit with, which is not a fun oh, yeah, Takima's dance that. Remember when I was talking about Takima's dance on dangerous weapons? Giant clubs fall into that category. There we go, disarmed. That was stupid. That was stupid. We ran the wrong way. Now we're gonna run into that ghost. So, do we risk running across and taking a hit? Or do we keep running the way that we're going and risk running into the ghost? Do we got any teleport scrolls that we know of? Not that we know of. In that case, I say risk it. Okay, good. He didn't catch up with us. Oh, and my ancestor is back. Beautiful. Just in time for the giant club to come back and just BAM! Yeah, the giant club hits the ogre dies. Oh yeah, did I mention when you disarm them the weapon turns against them? That was an important fact to point out. Shadow Imp and Adder zombie, nothing dangerous. Okay. I'm gonna test my audio real quick, make sure everything's still working. Things seem to be going pretty good right now. Yep, everything's working fine. There's just some vacuuming upstairs if you guys can hear that. I think it's doing a pretty good job blocking most of it out, however. Hello, hello. For YouTube's benefit, I'm also streaming this to a few of my friends that I gave the link to. I will start doing more populated streams, hopefully a little bit later. Ooh, I missed the ghost. It was kind of hiding in the smoke. Okay. Spam spells. Ha! That's one of the good things about being a Minotaur, not a Minotaur, Spriggan. You can just kinda spam spells and back away if they don't work. So they play like a spellcasting center. They can just run away, shoot, run away, shoot. They don't have much to worry about. Amnesia, we can forget Corona. Corona's a useless spell. Enchant weapon, we will definitely enchant this weapon and then we'll actually enchant it twice. When it comes to enchant scrolls, my general philosophy is use them. It is always better to die without consumables than to die with a whole lot of them. What is going on here? This is the Kiku. Yeah, this is Kiku Vault. Kiku is also an interesting god and definitely one that I like to play as SpEns. We didn't find him in time this time, however, so we already got Hep. Kiku is the god of the undead. He is a necromancy god. Okay, we gotta stir here. Let me check over this quickly, see if there's any books that we're interested in. No. Nothing that we're overly interested in. Geometry might be nice because that has passed well, but not worth it, I think. Now, if there was a Book of the Burglar, or a Book of... This is another book that has enchantments and charms in it, and it is extremely powerful. I think it's called Book of Enchantment now that I think of it, because it has my favorite spell in the entire game, Discord. Discord is a ridiculously... That's not worth it. Ridiculously fun spell that berserks everything in your sight range into just killing each other. So, back to my original point that I was making about Kiku. Kiku is a god of the undead. He gives you necromancy. He gives you necromancy spells. That is his entire shtick. However, for your last gift that you get from him, you get the ability to pain brand a weapon. Or you can choose a very powerful necromancy book. Normally, as an SpEn, I would choose the Pain brand. Pain is a very powerful brand that scales your damage based on your necromancy skill. So if you have high necromancy, then you can do insane amount of damage with the fast hidden pain weapon. If you don't have any necromancy, it's basically a mundane weapon. But it gives you the option to scale really well into the game, which is always a nice point. We're on Dungeon 7. I'm gonna call this a pet for YouTube. Stop recording for Twitch. I will be right back.